Hello, my beautiful friends. First, I'd like to share a few words by our lyricist named Benjamin Todd and tell you how these words helped me to finally see the real me in the mirror. Lost deep inside of my dirty old soul, some starry-eyed boy never taught self-control. The cost of my living was more than I planned, so I held the bottle like a gun in my hand. I wish I was who I appear, 'cause I despise the man in the mirror. When I first heard that song, it was right about the time I was quitting drinking, right before I quit. Towards my end, I was real bad in the end. I was what was known as a functioning alcoholic. I had a job, my bills were paid, but I wasn't enjoying life. I wasn't enjoying anything. I didn't even enjoy the drinking. And I imagine there's many of you out there that don't enjoy it either. Towards the end, I had to stop. It went from drinking to get by, to deal with depression, whatever it may have been, personal demons, thinking that that was, the solution, but we all know it's not. But it got to a point where I was throwing a pistol to my head every night, waiting to pull the trigger. And so I came to the conclusion, I still don't know how, but I checked myself in and detoxed. And I've now been sober 8 years. And I don't want a medal. I don't want a coin. I don't want anything for it. The only thing I want from it is to be able to say thank you. But I've been there. And I've been meaning to make something like this for a while, and maybe none of you will hear it. Maybe there's one or two of you out there that will, and you're at that point. And that's why I'm making it. Because if you ever wake up and ask yourself, why in the hell do I keep doing this? Just know that I did too. Many mornings, too many to count. Hungover, ashamed, full of regret. I was drowning and calling it a living. And for a while, it was easy to pretend I didn't see it. But pretending doesn't heal anything. It just delays the pain, and it will just keep getting harder and harder. And like I've said, I've been sober 8 years now, because I finally stopped trying to fix myself from the outside in. Because this isn't about some one-size-fits-all program, and I'm not here to try to sell you salvation in 10 easy steps. I'm here to talk about something a little messier, a little more real. See, for me, things like AA, they were stepping stones. They were helpful, supportive, and they got me through some heavy storms. But it wasn't the full journey. It was more or less the doorway. The real work, that happened when I went inside. Not just avoiding the drink, but asking why I ever needed it in the first place. What was I running from? What was I trying to hide from? What pain was I trying to numb? Where did this pain come from? Who was I without the mask that I wore when I drank? I'm going to be honest with you. I've had friends, family, people I love, who still look at me in their eye and they say, man, you think you're better than me, huh? Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. And that shit hurts. Because they think I'm preaching like you may think I'm doing right now to you. But really, I'm just trying to share the light. The same light that pulled me out of the dark. I'm not here to shame you, but I will tell you the truth. If you keep lying to yourself about why you drink, you'll never get free. You might get sober for a while, but freedom, that's a whole other beast. That comes when you stop pointing fingers, when you stop allowing yourself to be enabled, and when you start asking real questions about your hurt, your trauma, and your worth. Because until you do that, you're going to still keep thinking that that medicine in the bottle is helping you with those things. And it's not. You know it's not. I know that you know it's not. I'm not your savior. I'm not a guru. I'm not a professional. I'm just some guy on YouTube. I'm just someone who found peace by looking inward instead of reaching outward for a bottle to fix me. And maybe, just maybe, this talk, maybe it's all about you. Maybe it was made for you, whoever you are. Maybe I was driven to make this now, today, because it had to speak to you. Because I've been where you are. And I know that deep inside, there's a voice that's tired of being silent within you. A part of you that's ready to wake up. I'm not here to change you. I'm here to remind you that change is possible. Because listen, if I can do it, a man who had so many demons, I'm not saying I had more than you, but I know I had them. If I can do it and continue to do it, then I know you can. Folks, I don't have any willpower whatsoever. I may have gave up drinking, and I'm thankful for that, but unfortunately, I still smoke a pack a day, and I probably eat more chocolate than I should. But that's just overcoming one thing at a time. And what I'm getting at is, I may not be in the same situation as you. You may drink for an entirely different reason. We all have our own reasons. But if you're at that point where you know you need to stop, when you know that if you don't stop, it will kill you, then this message was directed at you. Because I was there. And I'm just trying to let you know that it's possible. And by possible, I mean you have to start asking these questions. You have to start saying to yourself, why do I do this? What is it that's in me that I keep running from? And this is going to hurt, and it's going to sound impossible. But you need to turn around, sober, and you need to say, what? What is it? Let's talk. Let's go through this. You need to embrace it. It's much like a lot of people in the spiritual woo-woo circles talking about embracing your shadow night or dark night, whatever it is that they call it. You have to be willing to accept who you are, good and bad. You can't just push one to the side and be like, I'm just going with the good. And that's what we do when we're drinking. We drink to push that back, but we can't do that. We have to understand what it is that we're running from. Either the pain that we cause or the pain that was caused on us. We have to be able to stop and either forgive it or be forgiven of it. And even if that's not possible, we still need to understand it and move on from it. Now, I'm not saying that this is your only course of action. A lot of the things that I talked about, AA, stuff like that, church meetings, whatever, they'll help you go within and understand this. So please, if you feel like you're ready to stop, there are numbers out there. There are websites out there. There are local groups all around you. If you're at that point where there's nobody left, then let me know in the comments and I'll do whatever I can to help you. I don't care if I got to find you a place. I don't care if I got to get you in the detox, whatever it may be. I will do my best. But don't give up. And don't just say, well, today I'm going to sit down and I'm going to meditate and then afterwards I'm going to drink 3 or 4 fireballs. That's not going to work, bro or sis. What's going to work is you have to have that support system. Now, I just walked in the detox and I walked out. And then, like I said, I don't know to this day how I stayed sober, but I did. And if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm here and I will help you any way I can. I love all of you. I love you, especially you, brother or sister, who is going through the same disease that I went through. I love you. There is light out there, and you can walk in that light.